get along thing. Like, oh, everybody don't like Trump, so I don't like him either. But it's like, what did Trump do to you to make you personally don't like him?
And the only reason they don't like him is the MK Ultra mind games that the media has been playing. The brother made an analysis earlier, right? With that I disagree with as far as Candace and Joe Rogan. He's not realizing that these people are taking the time to have long form conversations with these candidates.
Hey,
You
brother, I
understand?
can
And
tell you exactly why I don't like Trump. I can tell you.
Yeah,
Please,
okay,
it's just like
For one, because when Trump first was elected, I didn't think he was going to get elected because I was like, yo, he's so ridiculous. There's no way. I didn't want to vote for neither one of them. Definitely not Hillary. And Trump, he was like an embarrassment to like conservatives because he was just so brave.
I'm more
But
interested
but
to
why?
hear
But
what.
you're not.
Hold on. I'm
wait,
more interested to hearing what policy you don't like than whether you like them personally. Because personally, liking somebody, I don't think that's required to
that's
win the office. I don't think it
yo,
should be personal. What
right.
policy don't you like?
well, it was the January 6th thing is what put him on my radar because I
That's
always
not a policy though. See what I mean?
Right, and he was president before that. So
right.
what you didn't
Man,
like before
we
that?
got bald headed white men in this in the current administration that's going back and forth to work in high heels and miniskirts and lipstick. So like you gotta explain to us what makes him ridiculous. You know,
He just proved my point. He said the
What,
quiet part out loud. He brought up January 6th as a policy, and that's not a
Right,
policy.
well,
And
right,
no,
plus, if
first,
you break down January 6th and you knew what happened on January 6th, he
right.
ordered 10,000 troops, National
Yep.
Guard, to come
It's
to
Nancy
the
Pelosi crime.
right. And
Yep.
then they put those people on traffic duty. So if I'm trying to incite a January 6th, I'm not going to hire or bring 10,000 officers to the nation capital. I'm not doing that.
are
yeah,
y'all
So
he was trying
aware?
to
it's not
protect. He
his
was trying to
fault what they
protect the
decided to
Capitol.
do with him.
Are y'all aware of the false electric scheme that he did behind
Now
January?
you move. Now you moving the goalposts
yeah.
Still
again.
ain't talking
Oh
about no
no, you can't do
policy.
that. Don't
Still
do
So
not
that.
this
talking
this
about no
like
policy,
that's
bro.
propaganda. Like you just bringing up propaganda, not policy.
Do a
And what
policy.
you fail to realize is the reason why people respect those platforms that you mentioned earlier is because they dig in. They don't just talk and push a point. They're digging in with their community and with the people that are listening to them and informing people. They're taking the time. You know, they're
Right.
going through, they're combing through the documents. They're finding out that there was agents, provocateurs on the ground during January 6th. So now the population knows it's something fishy. You know, they know it's not.
Right.
See, you coming from an uninformed point of view of just
Which
what
is
the
okay.
media says, while everybody else is getting informed, and then you're acting like they're the dummies, and you're the dummy. You know what I'm saying? Because
I, I
you
understand.
can't put a valid thing behind your point.
Okay, policy, tariffs. Him saying 50% tariffs, 20% tariffs. I paid tariffs.
Which is a great thing.
That
It,
helps the
it, it's not a great
economy.
economy. Like I paid tariffs through China. Like when I brought things from China, I seen the little tariff thing that was in red. China didn't pay for that. I paid for that. So the extra tariffs that he talking about,
Under
economists,
which
No, bro,
administration? Which
you
administration
have
we
no
talking about?
understanding of tariffs, brother. If you
Right.
that doesn't make sense at all what you're saying, right? What terrorists do is it puts a bottleneck on what they're introducing into
how is the bottleneck on that?
our supply chain. You know,
How
like
is
they shouldn't just be freely introducing things into the supply chain and then putting those costs off on you. You know what I'm saying?
how do a tariff work?
Oh, bro. Like, see,
If you
that's the
don't
thing
know that,
about
bro,
being.
you just say you
Let
don't
me
know that.
say this again,
Yeah,
bro.
okay. You don't know how tariffs work. Do y'all
You
have
need to get
Google? Can you
informed.
look up how
You
tariffs
need to
work?
get informed, or you need to get off the
If,
playing field. Because if you're asking that question now, but
no,
you're
I'm
saying you're
asking you
making informed
because what you're
decisions,
saying don't make sense for tariffs.
you're not listening, bro. What I'm saying,
Okay.
because all you're doing is bringing up media talking points, right? And
Right.
then when we're telling you that that's wrong, that's not how it goes. Your ego's going into play, and you want to ask us and check our knowledge. And what we're telling you is we made our decisions because we went to places to get informed. We did the groundwork. You got to do the groundwork, brother. We got ours. You got to get yours now. You can't just come up here saying things and making statements and erroneous claims, and you don't have the full knowledge of the situations. You brought up January 6th. You bringing up tariffs. This zigzag zig. You know, we'll be here forever. You know, this thing ain't about appeasing you. This is about, are you informed or are you not informed? And what we saw in this vote is not that people should be walking around marching, having a victory lap. You saw informed voting. They couldn't pull the BS that they usually pull over on us, and that's a win. That's what we should be celebrating, not just the fact that Trump is there.
And
I
you
have a
know,
policy
I
question.
feel
I have
like
a policy question. May I? May I have a policy question? Or what's on the other side of the policy? Because, brother, you just made such a good point that I hope I can get back to without Kwame running the brother off. You said the long, extended conversations. You said it was the manner in which Trump was interviewed, that there wasn't sound bites and it wasn't people. And I'm in total agreement. So the point I was trying to make is that's why we have more power than we realize. It's guerrilla journalists that's shaping. That was the credit I was giving. He's not a part of media. Rogan didn't even have a media background. Now, Candace is a professional journalist, but she brings a heart to it. She
been
brings
blackballed. She been blackballed from
she
legacy
is able
media.
to, again, through a conversation, it's still coming out conversationally, but her thought process, her research process, so people got information that major media would have never touched. So this is the
Definitely.
time of the guerrilla journalists, brothers like Kwame and other people with a platform. They give us an opportunity to share thoughts like we're doing right now. The media is never going to give us an opportunity to do this. We are
But we
really
gotta give props to Candace Owens to think outside of the box and have enough courage to. Why is our media not sharing things like that with us? Are we really in a free society when you hear things about one candidate that you won't bring up, but then you'll hear about the other one and you'll bring up just an allegation alone, they'll bring up about the other side. So
I can
our
tell you
media got to stop
exactly.
lying.
I can tell
Real
you
quick,
exactly
bro.
why they're trying
Let me go right
to
quick,
throttle what
Pharaoh.
she's saying.
I'm being patient, bro. Let me go real quick. Bro, this is what I want to say, right? I want to say that the fact that the information that we are being fed is biased, that should be one of your biggest problems, because if Trump don't win this election, bro, they trying to take this away from us, bro. They don't want to let us be able to speak these things. They don't want us to be able to go do our own research and put it out there to the people, bro. This was a real live attack on freedom of speech, bro, where they start telling us that everything we saying is misinformation. And that's crazy, bro. That is so crazy that y'all can literally say misinformation on CNN, NBC, ABC, but then get in a podium and say, oh, we need to start locking people up for misinformation, spreading lies. Like, yo, so with that alone, the average American who not into conspiracy theory or none of those type of things, they just looking at it like, bro, come on, bro. And then I feel bad for the older people. Like just now, literally, I just was on here with y'all. I was on pause for a minute because I had went to the store. I asked the older woman, I said, Miss, how you feel about the election? She couldn't even speak on it. She was so mad. And the first thing she went to was January 6th. He sent them people in there. They really make this sound like this man mobbed up a bunch of people and told them to do this. Like, and that's what they got y'all believing. That's what you really believe because you have not went to inform yourself of how it really went, bro. And that's all we be wanting y'all to do. We don't want y'all to just listen to what these people tell y'all without doing the research. I'm not going to repeat nothing that they just said without me doing some research to be able to back up my claim. Y'all, the Democrats, they do not have nothing to back up their claims, bro. It's just all media propaganda.
When you did your research on January 6th, what source did you go to get your information?
It's not, see, that's a flaw.
The source that you didn't go to.
That's a flaw in research.
They always do that. They always do that. Hey, where did you get your source from? Just do a simple Google search.
Numerous sources, bro. I never take one source because sources be biased. So I go and I try to get the best medium from numerous sources. And the sources that I like to use the sources that's out of our country, the ones from Australia, Sky News, because
Sky
they don't
News
have,
Australia,
yeah,
that's
they don't
one.
have a dog in the fight,
Oh
so
man,
they ain't got no reason to lie on nobody because they
all
don't
right.
have a
I
dog.
also got a I also got an additional recommendation for
Well,
y'all,
y'all let
right?
me know when I can talk. You know.
You gotta follow. See, there are people that are operators that are
Bro, you
retired
listening
now.
just to defend, bro. You're not listening to learn, bro. You just trying to
Yeah, but
defend,
y'all
bro. That's
just
like you
talking
and a
on
female
the other
because we.
side. So when I can
Oh,
talk,
bro, we
you
trying to
know,
educate and you just want to defend yourself. We not having an attack on you, brother. That's an emotional reaction, bro. We not having that. We men. We trying to have a conversation to make another man knowledgeable of what we feel like we know. We want you to know. We not trying to
it's,
attack you, brother.
it's nothing.
Let me say something. Let me say something very important real quick, and I'm gonna fall back. Right. The lady that came on earlier mentioned a very valid point when she was talking about these Indian people that have these tech jobs that we should have. Right. See, what we got to understand is that there's a military industrial complex that's working against us, right? For years, they've been bringing in these foreign entities and training them up and allowing them to have access to things that we haven't had access to because we don't have
Or
trading, coding
smuggling one.
skills, the skills to understand what's going on. Like that man said earlier, the fourth industrial revolution. The reason why DEI is toxic to us is because that's what they've been using to go in the name of black people, to use blackface to get education that's due to us, to get GI bills, to get all kinds of things that's due to us, to raise themselves up by the bootstraps. And they've been doing it for years just because they got brown skin and they not us. You understand? And that's what we got to realize, right? When you start getting into who runs Google, who runs this, who runs that, you're going to see that there's a certain type of people running those organizations that have been controlling the media. The operatives that have been working against us are coming from a certain type of people that Kamala really is, but she tried to come in blackface to tell us that she was us, and she's not. You understand? Her mother's worked for that military industrial complex for years, and her father, you know what I'm saying, has got a bunch of secret, shady things behind him. So if you talking about sources, if you want to get good sources, I recommend you go all around the net and listen to these operatives who are retired now, who aren't under
Mm-hmm.
NDA, these people that worked for CIA, these people that worked for DOD, these people that worked for a geospatial intelligence agency, and find out what it is that they have to say. You got to sit down. If you, the truck drivers are getting informed because they're taking those hours, getting that long form information they need, you know what I'm
That's
saying,
what I
while they
do.
driving. You got to do the same
That's what
thing, brother. It's no
that's what I
one
do.
source.
Cause
You
I'm a
understand? And
truck
So
driver.
all right,
that's
so I got a quick question because I haven't been I've been following you, Kwame, for like a minute ago when you first bust out on YouTube, but I haven't been tapped in lately. So what is y'all like now that Trump won and is over? What do you think this Trump presidency would do better than the generic Democrat shit that
I
well excuse me, cussing
I
that
think
Kamala was on?
I think as a truck driver, because I've been driving trucks for like 7 months, and the truck industry been like really doing bad. I feel like the truck industry gonna start doing a lot better, so I'm gonna be able to see something from that.
No, what policy Trump do you think he's going to do to benefit you?
That's what
Okay,
I'm saying.
no
Uh,
taxes
This,
on
on
overtime is definitely
overtime,
so yeah.
uh,
that's
no tax
awesome.
on tips, because I
That's
don't
about
like the tip. I don't like the tip waitresses no more because I can't just give them the money and then that be that. Now they gotta take it and put it. They don't even keep it. They gotta put it in the cash register and they gotta get a
Get it back
percentage and
at
all
night.
that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
crazy.
don't like to do that no more. So and that changed. I never seen that until Kamala passed that bill. So that's going that and just I don't know Trump, man. I just see he his policies like
because I'm talking about like pro black stuff.
I'm a,
I'm not talking
I can tell you two
pro black.
major policies that have stemmed my concerns, right? He's going to put Elon Musk over the department, the DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency. What they're going to do is they're going to start taking audits, right? And tracking down this money, this funding, you understand, so that we can really get down to the bottom of these black budgets that's siphoning billions of dollars away from us. You understand? And that's very important because the pay-ins that we've had to Social Security, to taxes, and all of those things. We shouldn't have the homelessness rate that we have. We shouldn't have the unemployment rate that we have. We shouldn't be struggling the way we are. The reason why we're struggling is because there's been entities working against us, siphoning our money to black budgets, and we know nothing about them because they're not being accounted for. That's one thing. He's going to put RFK over a lot of the health divisions. You
Yep.
understand? As far as we're going
Food
to
and
start,
water.
we're going to see major changes in clean food, because a big
Yep.
part of why we're having the health conditions that we're having now as a people is because our food is terrible. Our food sources are terrible. It's giving us cancer. It's giving us diabetes. All types of things. These man-made fruits and vegetables, these seedless fruits and vegetables, these terminator seeds and things like that. Those are two major things that's going to affect a big change. As far as black men, it's going to give us time to be able to hunker down without being oppressed in the same manner that we was oppressed under liberal administration, so we can figure out our game plans and build and do the things that we need to do. But the brother that was talking about, uh, the $700 mortgage and things like that, if he just had the time to go get informed, he wouldn't even be in the position that he ain't worrying about the things that he's worrying about, because he would have a corporate entity that's taking the brunt of the shockwave instead of it all falling on his shoulders, right? But he's not informed, so now he having the problems that he have. He don't realize the cornucopia of beautiful shit that
I
we
don't
have
I
that
don't
we
know
can
why.
access to make our
There you
lives
go.
better.
Defense. All right, right. Go ahead, bro. You can talk, Black Steve. Go ahead and be on the defense.
Well, thank you for
Hey, I'm out of
categorizing
here,
the
y'all.
response
I
as being
appreciate it.
defense. So that's
I
nice.
think all y'all black men that ain't Steve, Black Steve, y'all niggas better be careful, boy, out here today.
Why,
Yeah.
Hey, I'm
yo?
finna go get some
How many
champagne.
how many black men
All right.
how many
Take
black
care.
men in this little group chat own multiple houses? You know, so I'm
Yeah,
not crying over my situation. I'm straight. I'm
but
saying for
Right, but what
my
I'm
black
saying is
brother
there's a better
that's
situation
halfway
that
homeless
you're
and
not
don't
privy to
help.
because you're in the situation you're in.
Right.
You're
But
not
You're not
I
straight
live
saying
if,
you're
by
if
doing
myself.
you,
bad. You're
I live
doing
by
you're not
okay
myself,
for
straight.
yourself. That's great.
You're not
right?
straight if you don't have an LLC taking the brunt. You don't. You're not straight if your business dealings go directly to you, your person, and not to a corporate entity. The
He
liabilities,
he not
all of
trying
those
to
things.
receive. And the problem is, and this is what we're trying to tell you, Steve. You're not trying to listen to receive any outside information than the information that you own, and you think you're straight. But if you would take the time to listen a little bit more, like I've learned some things from people that come up on the panel and say certain stuff because I'm a good listener. I've been on mute a long time, and this is my platform. You don't take the time to listen to what other people are saying. You're too busy trying to respond and put your point onto them so they can understand, like, I'm straight, I ain't saying this. But if you had all of your businesses in the LLC and looking at the tax ramifications and how all the breaks that you can get, you'll be like, damn, I wasn't straight like I thought I was.
That's
But you
all,
gotta
man.
listen
That's
first,
all
bro.
he's saying. That's
Right,
all he's
and brother
saying.
and brother Kwame, another very important point was touched on earlier that I want to revisit because I think this is going to be a win that we can't even measure yet. The appointment, if Trump stays true to his word and gives Robert F. Kennedy Jr. A powerful position where he oversees agencies like the FDA that
Mm-hmm.
is as corrupt as they come, man. They've been
You mean to
under.
tell me we're gonna have seeds and watermelons and seeds and oranges and grapes again?
There you
Exactly, and we
go.
might
There
have
you
a
go.
shot at living a life into our 80s and 90s. The average brother is checking out in his 60s, 50s
Yep.
from
Yep.
conditions that are manageable and avoidable. So if he gives him that position, the effect of that, if cleaning up the FDA alone, the GMO, we're eating stuff that we don't even know what it is. They're doing experiments with us. There are certain foods that are on sale here in the United States that are banned in 30, 40 countries. But
Hmm.
they see us as customers. So they don't care what they sell us if they can make $1
And
off
it's
it.
and
So
it's and
I
it's
will
ten
agree that the
times it's ten
MK
times
got
that in food deserts where most black people shop. You know, it's
Right, because
10 times that
we
rate.
don't care what we eat though. We got to have some self accountability. We don't care what we eat as long as it's cheap, and they'll give you
yeah,
the money to feed yourself, and that's a
yes,
shame.
that's true.
Well,
That's true.
You
that's
can take
also a
those same stamps
manipulation
to
that
Whole
they're
Foods
making
and
organic food. So that's also a manipulation because it costs less to process the shit that they make and synthesize than it
yeah,
does to just have the organic food. So that's also the play that I'm talking about. You know,
People
well,
ain't
the
there's a
thing
buying. They
lot of
don't
about it
have
is
the
manipulation.
option.
it's
They
harder
don't have
to
the option to
preserve.
buy
Their,
good food.
their problem
Yeah.
is not buying good or growing the food. Their problem is preserving the food to get it to your table and still make a profit off of it.
Right.
And that's
Right.
why the
They call
things
that
are banned.
bioethical trading. Like
Shelf
we don't
life.
have,
Shelf
yeah,
life
we don't
ain't
have
long.
that.
Healthier foods
Yeah.
cost more.
exactly. Then
Yeah,
also
we
remember
agree
it's
on
the
that.
Food and Drug Administration. Now you know the
Absolutely.
drug game, they are the original drug dealers. They put a
Yep.
markup
We got
on
we hey
food.
listen, we gotta stop saying healthier food costs more. It does not. It costs
It
more to
doesn't.
preserve it.
It
The
just costs
food,
more to transport and
yeah,
preserve it. Yeah.
But
Yeah, but
also,
I'm
for it to
saying
look like an apple after it's been picked
it's
off a
cost.
tree and
Because
sent on the back
the
of a truck
healthy
to
food
Mexico.
the healthy food comes from here in Central America. You
But
understand? And it takes a longer
by the
time.
time they get to us,
Yeah,
it would have been rotten without the
exactly.
preservatives that they put on it.
Exactly.
Healthy food is harder to find though because when I'm on the road or something and I'm hungry, I be like, dang, everywhere I look, any place I want to stop and eat, I don't have that much time to eat, so I got to eat fast. Anything I try to look around or eat at, everything is unhealthy. So that's why a lot of people be getting fat too, cause it's like I might
Let me
want to
put
eat
you
healthy,
on to
but
something that's gonna help you, brother, as a trucker, right? My brother's a trucker. He's a raw vegan, man. Very healthy brother, man. He does well. What he had to do was make networks with instead of like the stops of where you stop at the quick trips and the TAs and things like that. He had to create his own network of people that actually had farms, that actually had the items that he need along his routes, and that's what he does. He stops. Man, that brother will get a 50-pound bag of peanuts and be on the road, killing it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
and everything he need. And that, you got to kind of start going outside the box of distribution right now because it's like you're not going to get it in the norm that you're used to. You're going to have to go outside and make connections with people that got what you need, and you're gonna save a lot of money, and you're gonna be a whole hell of a lot healthier, bro.
for
But
sure.
my thing is, you got to just stop eating all that processed food. I mean, even if you got to
That's
take a
real.
little to-go bag, they got things now. They got little small Yeti little bags that you can put a little freezer, little box in that joint, and it'll keep things cold overnight. Um, Once I stopped eating so much processed food, I thought I was healthy eating processed bacon and turkey and all that. But
Nah,
anything that has to go through a process before you eat it, to me, you shouldn't be eating
Yeah,
it.
got the
How do you
nutrients.
know if it's processed?
I
It's whole.
If it's in a
personally don't eat meat unless it's live killed, like unless like that's just my situation. But that's how I know it ain't processed. You just gotta get with the people, the farm. It's all kinds of farms up and down these routes. If you're a trucker, if you're a person that live in Georgia or wherever, there's all kinds of community supported agriculture systems of where they'll bring things to you from their farms if you just support them and give them a
Yeah, I
little
see that.
something a month.
I
Like
see
this,
that.
it's the co-ops like in Georgia, they got Seven Nanda and all of those co-ops. They got the Glut in DC. All of those co-ops where people are they own it. Yeah,
Sure.
you understand? So it's like that's what it is. It's a community owned. What do they call it? Co-ops. That's what you got to join, not the grocery stores and things like that. And you get a
I go
whole
to the
lot of
farmers
better.
market every weekend, yo.
Yeah,
I go down
those type
there,
of things. You know what I'm saying?
get me some
Yeah.
corn, get me some celery, you feel me? Potatoes, all that stuff that you could buy at the market. And it's not that much at the farmers market, to be honest, for real. And then
'Cause
certain ones,
I'm in the rainforest now, but I lived in the cities and I had to maintain my life. That's why I'm telling you the things I'm telling you. The brothers is right. Those farmers markets and the food is way cheaper. A box of apples is way cheaper than buying an apple individually. You know what I'm saying? And that's right down. Where is that? That's right. That's right going toward well, I'm thinking about Georgia, but you know what I'm saying. But
I live in
anyway, like
Baltimore.
that
Them
ain't.
joints right downtown under
Yeah,
the bridge.
they all
All
over the
good.
place, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna find one. I'm in Texas.
Hey, but as a trucker,
Oh, it's a whole hell of a lot of them
easier
in
said than
Texas.
done.
Hell yeah, I know it is.
For sure.
You just
It's a
gotta,
lot. It's a lot easier said than done, though. As a trucker, it's hard out here to find places where you can pull over and park
That's
and
true. That's true.
and even find it. I've been a trucker for 20 years, and I know what he's saying. It's hard to find something of value that you really want to eat, other than Arby's every other stop or Subway or some other place. And a lot of places where you fellas are talking about to find these farms, if you don't know where to go, I mean, your truck. You can't drive down the road to get to where these
check it, check
organic.
it.
That's what I'm
Don't
saying.
deal
As
on the
a
negative.
trucker, hold on, bro. As a trucker, you guys are gonna have to bring your own food because that's by design. They know you guys are just pulling in for a quick stop, a quick little nap, or a quick little shower. So they know that if they put those things there for you for convenience, you'll go
Right.
with the convenient route. You
And
gotta think
just
more of yourself than the convenient route. Just like you have your dumbbells in the truck for your little squats or whatever else, so your circulation can be right. You got to make sure you eating right. Otherwise, you can't drive that truck.
just
Yeah,
Google community supported agriculture. And what you find out about these networks, you know the people. So what we ended up doing is they would bring the food to us if we couldn't park. You know, they would meet us where we wanted to meet them and bring us a box. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not really, I'm telling y'all, it's not as hard. You just got to shift your way of thinking and your knowledge. You got to get informed about what's out here. You understand? Community
Let's let
supported
Yeah.
TJ.
agriculture.
Hold on. Let's let TJ, the conservative hustler, say something. And then we're gonna go to what is that? Deborah's Automotive.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
man. All I want to say is I'm not a economist. I'm not a political strategist or none of that. But what I am, I'm the lawyer of common sense. And common sense says I would never, and I don't see how any grown man could ever vote for a party who's telling you a 6, 7, and 8-year-old baby can flip their gender. How can we talk about regular
Cook.
domestic and foreign policies and any kind of policy when we're talking to a group of people who can't tell us what a woman is?
right.
So I can't,
Let 'em
I'm
cook.
on that level. I'm that person. So when we all the other stuff I listen to Byron Donalds, I listen to KB, I listen to y'all. But when it comes to some shit that soon as pen hit paper, remember when Joe Biden got in there, he did the transgender youth. I'm
That's
45
crazy.
years old. I'm 6'4", I'm 225. Not a girl at USC can do nothing with me on the basketball court right now. And you
Facts.
trying to tell me somebody more athletic, more younger, can just flip their mind and say, today is Wednesday.
I'm
I
going
want
to
to be
hoop
on
with
the
the
girls'
chicks.
team.
Right.
A
Hey,
teacher can tell my child, my little cousin, my niece, oh, today I took the clothes off you had him wearing. He's in the girl clothes today. And I'll get in trouble.
Right.
We can't have none of that, man. We can't
Hey,
have that.
TJ.
So I'm against
Hello
identity
world.
politics. Point blank, period. It could be
that's
Marvin
the
the Martian come down here to run for president. If he talking against that, I vote for him.
Facts. Hey,
Right.
that's
TJ, I
Let's
seen him
hold
priming the
on, bro.
school.
Let's go to Deborah's Automotive real quick. He been on the panel for a minute and ain't get to say nothing. My
Oh
bad.
no, it's all good. Good morning, gentlemen.
What's
How's
going on?
everybody doing? Good, good.
Good morning.
Yeah, but I think that TJ, what you just described, that should be obvious to everybody. It should be. You said you're 45 years old. When has this ever become a topic? This is all new, and it's only to push an agenda. And the strategy is to divide and conquer. They want division. I was on here. I was taking my daughter to school, so I didn't get a chance to hop on. But I was on here when the female was on here talking about the gender issues, and that's all of this it's all designed for it's divide and conquer. They say
And
the
you notice how every time I tried to bring the conversation back to a building conversation, okay, well, how can we reach across the aisle now that we agree that it's the men that have done some things that's not so great, as well as some women? So
They
how can
don't
we
want to
reach
reach
across the
across the
aisle
aisle.
Right.
and talk about
Right.
building the situation? She
Well,
couldn't have a conversation about building. She just wanted to
well,
keep
Women,
tearing down.
because
well,
women
Kwame,
can't
I
admit
think the
when they
main reason for
wrong.
that, real quick, I think the main reason for that is because of the media. Look at what we're watching on TV. Hoes of housewives and all this other bullshit that we got on that's pushing these agendas. So now you got actual real people out here trying to portray that, and it becomes real life. So
Facts.
Yeah. And
so
the thing the
and
thing
it's
is,
and it's
we're telling
all
everybody,
strategic.
I don't mind. I love you. Do what you do. I love you regardless. We all got family. We all got people we know and love. But you're not going to push nothing
Not the
my way.
kids.
You're not going to impose anything on the kids. That's all we're saying. And we get screamed down on. So now
Yeah.
we get a little resistance. This kind of phobia, this kind of scared. That I ain't
Yeah.
scared of you, but I'm telling you I love you. But I'm telling you not finna force the thing that killed me, my last thing, the Boy Scouts. You got the Girl Scouts, we got the Boy Scouts. Anything in the middle you want, create your own thing. They
Right.
caved, and now it's not called the Boy Scouts no more. It's Scouting of America
That's
because the
crazy.
trans kids don't feel like they're. Come on,
That's
man. We can't
crazy,
live in a
bro.
world where we bend it and break reality. And
I,
that's
and
all. That's
and
all I was
and I
against.
seen
Bro,
I
real
seen
Lord
quick,
have mercy.
real quick on what TJ said, bro. The bathrooms, bro. I'm talking about, bro. I'm willing to go to jail, bro, if I'm in a arena or
Period.
something. I'm at a basketball game and I see a transgender go in the bathroom behind one of you men's daughter. I don't have no daughters. I got all sons, but I'm willing to go to jail about that, bro, and expect the nigga to bail me out because that's foul, bro. I don't want no man in the bathroom with nobody daughter,
Oh, it
bro.
won't be
And
no
it's
bail
just
if you believe
because.
that.
And it's just
It
because.
would be
And
no bail
today
if you
I
was
could
to do some
change
shit
that
like
to
that.
a man. Come on, I
You
love
ain't
you.
Crying
lying,
like a
Kwame.
Hey,
motherfucker.
listen,
You
all
ain't
I'm saying
lying.
is don't expect no bail. It would be no bail, brother.
You
And,
right,
and, and
especially
they're
in
gonna
Baltimore,
and they're gonna hurry up and hit you with a hate crime.
Yep,
and
bro.
I
hate
But
seen
that's
crime.
I
crazy,
seen
bro.
I seen somebody, I think it was in the Olympics or something, a transgender man had fought a
Man,
real
beat the
girl,
shit out
and
that lady,
yeah,
man.
yeah, her face was toe up.
That lady tapped out in 45 seconds because she said she never been hit that hard
Yeah,
in her life, bro.
she has seizures now for the
Come
rest of
on,
her life
man.
now.
Come on.
But
They talk
women,
Yeah.
about they want to protect women, but it's okay for that to happen. That lady could have died in there,
They
bro.
think the Gamecock. They
yeah,
think the Gamecocks nice. Let me get on their team for another 4 years.
We'll go
but
undefeated.
but
I,
some women say we going against them because we voting for Trump and all that stuff, and they say we so crazy and all that, but it just
It's the
don't make no sense.
it's
they
the
don't
opposite.
they don't
It's
realize
the
that we
Wait a
actually
minute.
doing it.
Hold on, fellas. Y'all still talking to those type of women?
No, I'm
Yeah,
seeing
real
them. I'm
shit.
seeing them.
No, wait. I'm just asking a question before you go forward.
It's a
You still
common
having
thing though.
conversations with those type of women?
Nope.
No, I see them under like the
The
post where it
comments.
say Trump elected and all that, and I
Yeah.
just see the women just on
Yeah,
there
they be
just
going
going
off.
All
crazy.
I'm gonna
Like,
tell you is you're not gonna win. Having conversations with women that already made their mind up on something like that, you're not
Not
gonna
gonna
win.
win.
They're gonna
Facts.
have to
yeah,
learn the truth, and most times when they learn the truth, they're gonna be Bill
they don't
Foxes
want to
before
know the
it's too
truth.
late.
Bro, the
I
main
think
problem is they don't like to accept the faults. Like men, we can accept when we wrong, bro. We men. Like that's come with being a man. I got sons. I teach them every day that you gotta hold yourself accountable for the things that you control. So the woman, if I tell a woman right now that yeah, we was wrong about this or whatever, but how can we move forward? They could have been wrong also, and they will never address that. It'll just be yeah, because I told you so, and this you get what I'm saying. It never
But
go
I'm
to
gonna give some pushback on what you say just a little bit, not to interrupt. But you said you taught your boys that, and I don't think it's a gender thing. I think it's a lesson thing. If you don't take the time to teach any gender, that you got to accept the consequences, that accept responsibility for the things you put out. Nobody is gonna, stand up. You said we were men, so we can accept when we wrong. Now I know some young boys, they act just like their mama.
I agree,
Because
and
they
that's
only
like
been
you
around
say.
their mama, and
Nobody,
they mama
no,
never self accountability. Their mama still rich, and she
It's
living the
it's
good.
that we
back
are
to my
heavily
point. That
punished.
made my point, Kwame. Because that's what I was saying from the jump. It come down to that. It come down to the woman not understanding that she got to take
See, I don't
accountability.
think it's a matter of understanding. I think it's a matter of being taught. Like you said
So
it. You
she
said I
wasn't taught.
taught
You
my
right.
son.
Right. So the mother wasn't taught that, and there's no
Right. You,
father in the
you're
home.
bringing that balance. You're a
You right.
man teaching a
You right.
child that, hey, you got to accept
It's not that
responsibility. And some women teach that to their boys and their kids too. Because I've
They
seen
do.
some
Some
women
do.
that had kids that they turned thug, but mama was a good woman, was telling them everything what to do right and everything what not to do. They just wouldn't listen.
Right.
I don't
So
think
we
that
do
I
need
don't.
that male authority to make it happen, but we also gotta understand it's about the teaching. We gotta start teaching these kids instead of just having this gender divide. We gotta teach.
A lot
I
of it
don't
they
think that
learn,
the
yo, from what they see.
and
And
we got to be real. If most men was accepting their responsibilities, we would be in a whole different situation. It's not that they're accepting their responsibilities; it's that they're heavily punished when they make the mistakes. And the double standard is that women are not. You
right.
understand? Women are let go. They can delete. They got all kinds of means to set a course
I
correction
agree
in
with
their
that now.
life,
Yeah, I agree
but
with
that
that.
I
we
agree
don't
with that.
have.
Yeah,
You
I agree
know.
with that too.
I don't
Even
think that women really understand the hypocrisy of what they actually supporting when it comes down to the trans issues and how it actually works against them than it benefits them. I mean, how can you be actually pro feminist and then pro
Right.
transgender at the same time when the transgender is basically going to replace you as the woman?
Taking you out. Right. That's what I
uh,
said. And I'm like, yo,
Because they would rather
how
have
can
a
you
man that
support
look
that?
I'll
and
be
think
damned
like
if that
them, guide
happens.
them.
Yeah, fuck
I
that
think it's
kind
That's
a
of
what it
shit.
slap
all
in the
boils down
face,
to.
bro. I think it's a slap in the
Okay.
face to every strong woman out here, bro, when a man walk around calling himself a woman and they gotta bow down to that. I think that's more of a slap to them than it is to us.
I don't
Okay.
think they
Yeah, I
So
really
agree with that.
real quick,
realize
it
how
really
much we
is.
actually protecting them and
real
how
quick,
much we
fellas.
really how we really fighting to keep them women and
Yep.
not
Yeah. Hey.
not
So
and not
Fact.
let them be replaced. And they don't really
Fact.
realize it, and they trying to call us misogynistic and all this when they actually voting for their own downfall. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
and
I
that,
think y'all wasting y'all time though, to be honest with you.
yeah. So
yeah,
so
I don't
yeah,
so
think
I
I'm
cause
gonna win on that one.
yeah, cause
to
that's
be
how.
honest, I want to let me get this out real quick. So what the 94 crime bill, uh what you everybody's describing right now, that 94 crime bill was exactly 30 years ago. And what it did was it took a lot of black men out of the homes, okay, and put them in
Fact.
jail.
Facts.
Then the women, they have to learn how to raise these kids by themselves.
And Uncle Sam ain't
And
help.
they can't because they're women. They can't teach young men how to or young boys how to be men.
Right.
Okay. You're gonna have the exceptions, of course, because people are people. But overall, that won't happen. So this goes into policy. This is so the individual people that you guys are talking about, yeah, it is true, but it's because of policy. And it's a democratic policy that Joe Biden himself authored. He penned that crime bill.
And
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 then they
on
use it against, and then this is the outcome. So now
but
you
it,
got a bunch of little boys acting like girls
Yep. With emotional
and
reactions because
emotion.
and
And that's
no
the
and
reason
on
why.
and on
That's
top of it,
also the reason. That's also the reason why you got the black female where she's gonna be like she's pro
she want
feminist. She's a
she
feminist
wanna
and pro trans.
and she wanna
They
lead.
use her emotions.
yeah, and that's
They're
what
right?
they
using
run
her
off.
emotions.
They run off emotion, so they
And on
basically
top
built
of
a
it,
whole generation of emotional people so that they could use them to vote for them. Because
and let's look at the details, right? The details is this: most of those men they locked up are locked up on charges that shouldn't even be felony charges.
For some
At that,
weed.
weed, things like
And,
that. So then
and
they use those statistics to come back at us to tell us how savage we are and how we're destroying the communities because we locked up. And that's what I'm saying. It doesn't even make any sense. Another thing that we got to address, because they address toxic masculinity a lot, is toxic femininity. And that's vanity commodified. So they appeal to them through advertising, through vanity, through looking cute, through cute sayings and jingles and all types of things. And then they try to use that, you know what I'm saying, to solidify their points and to have a across the board, unification, but it's all based on how much they buy, how much music they buy, how much cosmetics they buy, how much clothing they buy, how much, and we got to get real with it, how much hair they buy. You understand? This shit is deep. You know what I'm saying? And if people just
Right.
take the time to get into some long form research and really dig, you know what I'm saying, they'll realize what it is. But what happens is everybody want to come up with these like Rudy Pooty ass talking points, like they're making a point to try to shame each other, and ain't nobody going nowhere. It's just a spinning wheel round and round.
And it's crazy. It's crazy we having this conversation because I'm dealing with this just this morning with my girl. Like she don't like to be my girl. She don't like to be wrong. Like I tell her
No girl like to be wrong.
cause like we got a little dog and she'll leave like dangerous things on the floor that the dog can chew and it could get him messed up. And I'll just tell her like, hey, you need to be more careful. Like if you leave stuff like that on the floor, he can hurt himself. And instead of what she does is she'll blame the dog. She'll be like, what he did, he's so bad, he done chewed this up. And just me correcting her like that. She'll tell me like, oh, you disrespecting me. You always trying to down me. You always
You
Leave
choosing
now.
you
That's
Leave
choosing the
right
toxic.
now.
dog,
I'm
Get
on
bro.
out
my
of
way.
there.
Get
Run,
your
You
bag.
Pag.
Get
choosing the
your
dog over
gun.
Run.
leave.
Oh, you got gas?
Run.
I'm
Run,
gonna cash
brother.
out you some gas money, dog. I don't even know you, but I'm gonna cash out about $50. You need to get the fuck on.
Run, brother.
all
Run.
right.
He
That
say
shit
Yo,
gonna
he
cause
say he a
But
truck driver.
Tell
y'all
you,
know,
man.
y'all know
yeah,
I'm not
yo.
lying though. Y'all know
Bro.
that's not uncommon though.
No,
Yeah, I went
hell
through that
Nah,
when
it's
no.
I was
not
your
calm.
age. And
Get
guess
out
what?
of
I'm
there,
not your
bro.
age no more, so I get the hell on.
Same here. Same
You
here.
gave yourself a lot of headaches by getting the hell on. I'm telling
Yo,
you
I
right
swear
now.
to God. How old is you,
Yeah,
young
yeah.
fella? How old is you?
I, I'm 25.
Oh, get the fuck out of there, yo. You ain't used your good years, bro.
Rondo,
Get
Rondo,
out of there.
Man, I've been thinking about it. I ain't
You
lying.
got
See, the only
options,
thing
bro.
that's gonna teach a
because
woman
the
like that the
policeman
lesson,
at the door.
the only thing gonna teach a woman like that a lesson is life. She's gonna have to go to that Tia to marry or Tia situation to
Yep.
where they have a
Humbling.
good man and then they go out there and get what's in these streets, which is hard problems, and
Yep.
and that's all they gonna get.
It's
Because
good
there's some
humbling.
brothers out here that won't buy them a cheeseburger, but they expect everything that to go their way.
And
And and
Yeah,
some
man.
girls they don't feel too high on themselves, so they tend to submit to those type of men faster than the nice guy, believe it or not.
and
Facts.
bro, and bro, it's crazy. I'm telling her like I was telling her just today in the car. I'm like, I'm telling the things I'm telling you. I'm trying to coach you to do better. I'm not. It's rather than other. It's not like I'm telling you the wrong thing. Not like I'm steering you the wrong way. Rather than I'm telling you, hey, tuck this gun in your purse. When the police get behind us, do this or something like that. I'm not telling you nothing wrong. I'm
Right.
telling you good things.
Oh, they
Like,
want you to get out the fucking car then. Damn.
Yo, I live in
But
the
we do.
jungle now, right?
Girls on. I'm telling you, these girls on the niggas that's going to do that. These
Yep.
girls like the dudes that got a lot of Instagram followers. They don't give a damn how you treat them. They just want other guys. They want other girls to
Yep.
want you,
you
Yep.
and
right,
that's
and
it.
I'm gonna be honest. That's me. That's me. That's how I came. Like I just started changing my life around and stuff, and started trying to do something better because I ain't trying to
But
keep
guess
going to
what though?
jail.
Any girl that's only with you for doing stupid shit, she know you ain't gonna be around. So she only with you for clout chasing.
Yeah. She ain't
You
trying to
don't want
build.
no girl that's just
You want
bragging to their
business
homegirl.
And
I
time.
that
got
ain't
this girl.
and Kwame, that ain't new, bro. That ain't new at all, man. I'm in
That
the
shit is
jungle now.
old.
I deal with women that's very natural that can just get up out the bed. They bad as hell, and if they freshen up and clean up to go out and things, it's even 10 times better, right? I grew up, in the Washington D.C. and a little bit in the New York areas and shit. And the first thing you had to do to have a girlfriend, what they would tell you is, I need to get my hair done or get my hair did. You know what I'm saying? And that's always been a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I was saying earlier about that toxic femininity and them commodifying vanity. Bros got to look around, man. That's a big problem with the trans. The reason why we having the trans problem and nobody know who's a Decepticon and who's not is because everybody's so dressed up and made up. You can't
Yeah,
even tell who's who no more. You can't get to the base and the root of a real, organic human
Some of that
being no
damn
more.
makeup is sorcery.
man,
That shit turn a motherfucker,
Sorcery.
basic
man,
motherfucker, to a baddie.
Man, I seen, man,
Patty Tay, what's up, man? It's been a long time.
What's good, man? What's good? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I'm chilling, man. I just, I'll be watching. I don't really comment like that because it get brutal in the chat. They be fighting in there. So,
Yeah,
I still watch every day damn near, or, I'll just be watching you, bro. You be live at times I'm up and shit. I'll be up at 6 and I'm like, Kwame Brown live and shit. Let me go ahead and watch it. I'll be waiting on that, bro. It started my morning good, bro. Like, when I first came on here, I think 2021, I want to say. That was years ago. But when I first came on here, I ain't know shit. I have no knowledge. I'm 26 now. I think when I first came to your show on your panel, I was 23. But I ain't had no knowledge of nothing. Like, all I remember you saying is just speaking on the trades. Like, yeah, get y'all a trade. Get y'all a trade. You should have a trade. Went to my college down here because I'm in Milwaukee. So I went to my local college down here, signed up. They had me go to school from January to like May. I did. It was only for like 5 months. They teach you bricklaying. You can learn how to like put the brick on the houses to build up the house and shit. So they taught me that. And I was just like, damn, like, I really went to school every day, got my big ass up. And I went up in there and I learned that shit. Like, that shit was, it was like, 'cause every time I wanted to quit, bro, I just kept thinking, like, I need to get this shit done, bro. Like, I got to get this shit done. So I up 8 o'clock in the snow. Like, I went on the winter, I didn't have a car. Nigga, it's snowing in Milwaukee. It snowed bad. Like, we got hard winters. It's 10 inches of snow. I'm on the bus or I got to walk. And I did that shit.
Yeah, salute to that, man. That's what I'm talking about, man.
And absolutely. And then, I had my daughter. I had just had my baby when I first came on here. I just had my daughter. She was only a couple months old. Now she 3. So, shit, time went fast, bro. But you see, like, bro, I didn't have none of this shit, bro. Like, this is a whole room where I could just sit in. This ain't no big room.
That's what I said. I remember your face from the last time. I'm like, oh, let's go.
Yeah, I ain't had nothing. I ain't had shit. I really was coming to your page because you was speaking for yourself. But then you got to speaking on black men and how we could better ourselves. So I was like, you know what? I'm finna go get me a trade. They gave me like $3,000 for that 5 months. Shit, I took off. Like, now I build cribs.
And that's what it's about, man. That's why I don't give a fuck about no views or none of that. This is what it's really about, because I still go around young black men that's frustrated that'll say things like, man, my homeboy done made it. He's supposed to do that. I'm like, no, nigga. Don't ever look, because that right there, that seed that you planting right now, that can turn into hate and that can turn into somebody losing their life. It's not your homeboy responsibility for you to get on. It's your responsibility, and you can do something about it. So now when your homeboy see you, if he want to do something for you, if he want to link up, it's a blessing. And now he holding your whole life up. And now y'all can respect each other like this. And so big ups to you, young man, for going out there and wanting better and doing something for yourself. Because I know you feel proud about that shit. That what I'm
man, what?
To you, man.
What? Man, that's why I say, wait, ain't done yet. I know y'all happy. I'm happy too. Shit, goddamn it. But man, like, for real, Kwame KB is the bro. I ain't gonna say the only reason, but he a big reason, because people don't push trades like that, and it's not a lot of people that do trades that are actively doing them that's pushing it. Like, hey, bro, come look at my check. Fuck you talking about? Come look at this and you can get it too. You just gotta go learn it. They not doing that, bro. Most of the people who got trades, they kind of keep it to themselves. Like, man, I ain't finna help. Like, I got it. I'm cool. But I'm like, now I got my guys on that shit. Like, guys that's in the streets, that was in the streets. They like, shit, what can I do? They going to get CDLs. They going to get. So I just got to tell it. Like, I'm showing them. I'm not just talking to these niggas. I'm looking like, yeah, we just got a new spot. Me and my girl got a new crib. I got a media room at the crib. I didn't have this shit 3 years ago. I didn't ever have a crib. I was staying with her.
Salute, God body. Salute, young brother. Hey, you doing it. And what you got to recognize is this, that trade will not only get you a check, it'll get you the ability to do it anytime you need it. You understand? Look, check my media room. You understand? I'm just building it, you know? I was established in masonry.
Damn. Where he go? Damn, he was speaking that shit too. I was like, hey,
Hey,
Yo, FBC to
just
you,
to get back,
Tay,
not to
yo.
change the subject on y'all, but to
Oh
get
yeah,
back
my
to
bad. Yeah, my bad for that. My bad.
the
Because I
election,
just had
man.
to let him know, like I'm doing good now. Nigga. Like, thank you. Shit.
I'm wondering if the media are going to attack white women and the Latinos like they were trying to attack us for not supporting Kamala, because
Absolutely not.
they not at all. You know what I'm saying? And like if this was supposed to be some type of feminist movement, I wonder how much are they going to blame white women for not coming out and
Well,
supporting
that
Kamala.
shows you that shame is the game. That's the game. You know, shaming us is the game. You understand? We already oppressed, and on top of it, they shaming us, and then the women don't understand why we rejecting them because they're playing that game against us. You understand? This
Bro, they
ain't
already
chess.
start
Our
pointing
queens ain't
fingers.
working for us.
They already start pointing fingers early this morning, bro. They start talking about white women. They start talking about they said the brothers.
The
Then they said
Latinos for sure.
the Latinos. They say the LGBTQ. I'm like, damn, if they ain't voting for it, then at this point, nobody believe in her.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, good
Hey, but
morning. Can y'all hear me?
this is definitely the Democrats' fault for thinking that for going too crazy and too far. You know, like throughout this time with Biden, now all of a sudden people don't know what a woman is. They pushing sex changes on children who can't even consent to sex. So what do a child even look like even getting a sex change at all anyway? Like, why is this even acceptable? You know what
I
I'm saying?
never even
That
thought about it like that.
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
they never really
Absolutely.
they don't understand how far they push people to where, like, you know, I mean, I always been an independent. I voted for Barack Obama. I didn't vote for Trump the last election or the first one. But they don't understand how far they push people to look at them like, man, this like I can't relate to what they doing.
Bullshit.
Yeah, and
It's some bullshit.
I don't see how anybody could be happy with what the Democrats been pushing and doing over the last 4 years to even feel like they should even be going out to vote for them. You know
Bro,
what I
that's
mean?
why this shit was a landslide, bro. Because people not feel they trying to keep the numbers, making everybody feel like
They
it's
not
close.
going.
That shit ain't close, bro.
That shit ain't going.
That shit ain't
No.
close at all. People tired of this
No.
bullshit. They don't like the fact y'all installed that lady and we didn't vote for her. They don't like the fact that y'all been telling us Biden is okay when clearly he ain't. They don't like the fuckery, bro. The fuckery got people just saying, yo, we need to do something else. That's how I look at it.
And the
And
way
I'm
that
And it
Trump won
ain't
this
all about
election,
the Democratic Party either.
the way
and I'm
that
You
Trump
know,
won this election, it make you really believe that the last election really could have been stolen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It
Damn.
really,
Hey, yo, Kamala Harris ain't even talked to people after she lost.
no,
We
and that's
talking about
shaming the
tomorrow. She
character.
say tomorrow.
Yes,
Tomorrow she gonna
bro.
talk.
He
Fuck
didn't even
out of
say thank
Tomorrow.
you. He
Hell,
didn't
when
even
you
say
hold
thank you
on,
to
this
all
She
of
say
motherfucker
us.
hard
tomorrow. She
ass.
not talking today. She gonna talk
you see
tomorrow.
she left
Bro, she
them
had 10,000
them
people
at
out there
Howard.
ain't even say thank you to them people, bro. She just
All
left,
them
bro.
people came to see her and she
Come
didn't.
on,
Hold
man.
on, let's play this a little bit.
Yeah,
Hold
let's
up.
see that. Let's see that.
House staffer joining us live from Brisbane. Barbara, do you feel any disappointment that Kamala Harris hasn't been able to become the first woman of colour and first woman to be elected to the presidency?
I am so disappointed and really insulted. I'm a Howard alum, and that she didn't have the decency to walk out and say something to her, to her university, make a comment to the United States. Things were not looking well for her. It wasn't completely over, but short of a miracle, we knew which way this was going. And that she didn't have some grace. I mean, it shows us how classless she actually is, a sore loser.
Facts.
And even though it's painful for her, for the Democrats, I think America might be relieved at recognizing and realizing they don't have to put up with this any longer. And if this is what they were walking into, maybe it's better that it gets, cut at the nip right now.
Well,
I'm so happy she said that. I'm so happy she kept it real like that.
Spoken like a
They
real
don't. They
black
don't feel
woman.
like they. They
A
don't feel
real
like they
black
owe
woman.
us nothing.
That's a
Yeah,
real
that's a
black
black
Yeah, she
woman right
cooked.
there.
Yeah,
That's a
she
black
cooked.
woman. That's how a black
She
woman talk
cooked.
right
What you
there.
talking about? Me, she cooked.
That's the type of
Yeah.
black lady that
How
I
you
would
doing,
vote
Miss
for
Sheila?
president right there. I would vote for somebody like that because she's speaking facts.
Yeah,
Honesty.
cause that ain't
They
right.
don't
Even
feel like they owe us
they
nothing because they
Hold
coming
on,
from
y'all.
these
Let's
elitist
let Miss
backgrounds.
Sheila say something, y'all. Go ahead, Miss Sheila.
First of all,
Sorry.
gentlemen, I want to thank you guys for being here. And this moment right here is really has touched my heart. And I just want to share with you guys that, expressing emotions, I really appreciate it. But guess what? She didn't trick us, did she? She
No.
didn't trick us, did she?
Yeah.
Hold on, Miss
Yeah.
Sheila. You had me
That
thinking you was
warmed
about to
my
cry.
heart.
I'm over here hollering. Oh,
Right, about to
Warmed
get
Lord.
to
my
break it
heart,
down.
bro.
And then you just gonna switch
You
up on me
warming
like
my heart,
that.
bro.
She
Miss
didn't
Sheila,
trick us.
Miss
She
Sheila,
didn't
if you
trick
don't
us.
mind, I know it's rude for us to ask, but I'm only
That
asking
was funny
because
as hell, boy.
my mother's 74 and I've been trying to convince my mother of the
Uh-huh.
trickery. I just want to ask, how old are you, just for the
Oh,
demographic sake?
look. I'm proud to say I'm 60 years old with a
Let's
foot.
go, Miss
Yeah.
Sheila. Let's go, Miss
Yeah.
Today,
Sheila.
today is
Let's
the day.
go.
Hey, old is the
Let's
Yeah.
goal.
go.
Look,
Let's
Old is
go.
the
look,
goal.
look,
Old is the
look,
goal.
look, look. If
What you
y'all
said?
seen me in action, y'all will say, oh, no, you ain't 60. But listen, it ain't about the look, okay? It's the wisdom now, you
There you
see.
go.
And here's the deal. If you don't give back and leave this world carrying all that wisdom, shame on you, okay? Shame on you.
Yeah, she talking that
Real
talk.
talk.
That's facts, bro. I say the same
That's
stuff.
facts.
That's
Hey,
facts.
Shame on
my mother's around her same age, and I was able to actually have a conversation with my mother, and she was totally against Trump. She was, she had all that race fear. The older people, they always get into that racial aspect of the
She
politics, and
only
that.
watch legendary media. That's why. But go
Yeah,
ahead.
and they move on fear. So my mother was more scared of Trump and what he was gonna do, and
Right.
all these other things. But when we actually had the conversation, and I broke down the issues, she actually realized that she was against most of the stuff that the Democrats were doing. She had no, she came to the realization that she had no real reason to vote for
Against Trump.
Kamala Harris.
Oh,
Now
Yeah,
okay.
let me say something. Let me say something. Stop right there on that word called fear. Because if you are powered from the real source, we don't have
There
no
is
fear.
no
yeah.
fear.
There
You
you
Yeah.
don't
go.
move on
We
fear.
Talk
don't
that
have
talk.
no fear
We don't
Talk
move
of
that
on
talk.
fear.
nothing,
Yeah.
of nothing. So that's what a lot of people, predators, do. They prey on fear. Okay. But when
Yep.
you powered by a real source and know your purpose and live in your purpose, find your purpose, you on point. You understand
Teach.
what I'm saying?
100%.
Man.
And,
Yeah.
and,
Yes,
and this is
ma'am.
real talk, you guys. And I appreciate you guys having a conversation. No competing with conversation and information. All right? Just share. Okay?
That's all.
Absolutely.
Just share.
Hey,
And you don't have to flex. Okay? You don't have to flex. Okay? Just
Michelle,
share, y'all.
I love you for that, Michelle. I gotta go. But I definitely love you for that because I need to hear more women your age that got an open mind, that don't just see the surface things, that understand the things that really affect us. Because most women of your age that I run into, they have this look, they mind already made up, and it's nothing really you can say. So the fact that you open to understanding that things could be better, that's all I like to hear. And thank y'all for having me up. Yo, I'm gone, Kwame. Yo, keep doing what you're doing. Thanks, fellas.
Absolutely.
Hey, who mic is
Salute.
that they keep goddamn flipping and dipping in the background? Y'all mute your mic when y'all not talking.
One thing that I hope that the Democrats, can learn from this is that they got to come with a whole new playbook now. Like that race baiting, that fear mongering, this identity and gender politics. That this is a stand up against that. Like that shit is not working. So now what are y'all gonna do? All
Here's
that
the deal.
all
Here's
that
the deal, you guys. Listen to this. You need to focus on your local judicial system.
Facts.
Yeah.
Here's the real deal. Listen. Now we got Trump. He about business. He gonna run our country like business, okay? Because that's what it is. All right. I lived this long to learn. Life is, this country is ran off of business. See, and it ain't law, I've learned, has not been law. It's been relationships and that dollar. Okay. Okay. Now, my background, as I said, is an educator. So we teach kids to be independent thinkers. Okay. That's what it really should be all about, and getting some skills. All right. And not depending on nobody and being in no group, young man. That's real talk. If you ain't heard nothing I said, be an individual first.
And
Okay.
teach the truth to the youth.
Right. And don't prey on them. Oh no, the new word is grooming. Is grooming. Okay. But stop, competing. No, not competing, but comparing. Stop that, y'all. I'm studying, KB. I'm studying and I'm relaxing. But I'm just saying, stop competing. Comparing yourself, and help each other. Help each other. If you don't know nothing else, just help each other. And what you don't know, just build on that. And I'm really for young black men. Come together. I really mean that.
Yeah, I
Okay?
want to
I'm
come
out.
together.
And
Uh,
listen, because it's free. Especially when it's somebody give it to you that care about you. Most of the time, if somebody giving you some real information, you know what applies to you. Everything ain't for you. Okay? Everything ain't for you, but you know what applies to you. And build on it and be productive. And stop hating on each other with that bullshit and get away from material shit. Get some things called relationship, y'all. Because that's more important on this earth that I've learned. Relationships are more powerful than money or anything else. Okay? Relationship. Genuine. Genuine, y'all. Not praying because you know somebody can make something happen. Everybody come with a gift. Share it. If that makes sense.
yeah, it makes sense.
Miss, and fix your own food, pour your own drinks, and avoid that baby oil.
I love
Nah.
it. I love it. You came with the funny. I love it. I love it. And that is so true. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate this, y'all, this morning. Well, I really do, y'all. I'm sipping some lemon and some ginger, studying and learning, y'all, and laughing at all of this. You know what I'm saying? It's a wonderful day, y'all. Be productive, enjoy, and share some information. Help somebody today. God bless. I'm out.
All right.
Bless.
Salute.
Dang, she real. That sound like I'm talking to one of my grandma or something. Man, it's
That was a
crazy.
blessing.
For
It's crazy.
sure.
What I hear about Kamala was I feel like she really talked herself out of the election too. Like from what she said, what she was saying in her rallies and stuff, it turned even people that was gonna vote for her, I feel like it turned them away.
I mean,
Yeah, we
I
can
really
see.
think
We
that
can see.
I think that regardless of whichever Democrat would have ran, I think that people just tired of this liberal agenda and like the politics and the things that the liberals, put their back behind. I think that people really were just rejecting the liberal Democratic Party in general. I don't think it had really very much to do with it being Kamala. I don't think it would have mattered who it was. It could have been, even if it would have been Joe Biden still, or Gavin Newsom, or whoever they would have put out there. The Democratic liberal agenda is really what lost. It has nothing to do with Kamala Harris, I don't think.
No, then black folks are always the cannon fodder for their agendas. It don't matter what car they drive. It could be the Democrat car, it could be whatever. You know, somewhere down the line, you got to preserve self and understand that, you know, you get tired of being the cannon fodder for all of these ridiculous policies that they pushing, and you know, it's just real. You know,
I
you
mean,
can see who she is.
they really just took it too far, man. I mean, when it got down to drag times, story times in schools, and you know, transgender bathrooms and the boys.
But they ran
Oh,
on abortion, so they took it too
They
far
ran on
off
those
the list.
agendas, yeah.
but
Yeah.
even the abortion though was like you said earlier, Kwame. That was a losing issue because there's nothing that they could do about it. They would have to go back to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court would have to overturn their ruling to even reopen and retry the case, and then it's the same judges there. They're gonna vote the same way they did. They didn't make a mistake when they found it unconstitutional. And I think that a lot of people, this is the undercover thing that they really scared of too, because if they were able to overturn Roe versus Wade and push it back to the states, right? I think that they scared that the conservatives can overturn gay marriage and push that back to the states. Because if you go back to the original, you know, every time that gay marriage ever was put on the ballot, the first times it ever was put down there, it was outvoted. Nobody actually voted gay marriage in until it was, I want to say it was appealed maybe the third or fourth time, and then it finally got to the Supreme Court, and then the Supreme Court made it a federal law
Thank you,
at
brother.
that time. I think that they scared that they can go back, look at that, and then push gay rights back to the states and gay marriage back to the states, and they worried about the Republicans actually being able to justify that this is unconstitutional. The states should be voting on this or whatever, and they worried about that more or less than anything because the abortion thing is a dead issue. It's over. There's nothing that they can do about it, especially at the
All right,
time.
let's give Charles a moment. He just got on the panel. What's up, Charles?
Let me say this, and I'm gonna get the hell off here because I'm hot as fish grease. I'm hot as motherfucking fish grease. No. See, no, motherfuckers gonna learn today. Motherfuckers gonna learn today because I'm gonna tell you something. I keep telling them, this is why you fucking lost. You ran your sweet ass around here shaking and doing whatever the fuck you want to do, and you took your goddamn eyes off the ball. Let me explain something to you. Let me show you why you lost. Let me show you something. Goddamn Joe Biden, his mind was going bad in 2020. They knew that shit. Anytime you find a man fully dressed under the fucking end table sleep, it's something wrong with that motherfucker. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Every time you look around, he sleep. He falls asleep on the phone. You could be doing a deal for the United States, and then you fall asleep. Motherfucker, that dude on the other end, and you sleep. They knew his mind was going bad, so they rolled with it. They didn't give a damn. They rolled with it anyway. So the damn debate started, and he went up there, and they fucking panicked. So what did they do? We got to find somebody that can come up here and shake things up. She wasn't their pick. Listen to me, y'all. She wasn't their pick, but they put that battery in her back anyway, and she fucking performed. And what did it do? She got up there with Republicans for the first Republican debate. You know how many motherfucking percentage did she got? 6%. And now you gonna fucking tell me that she the best thing since sliced bread? How did she present herself to the black people? She presented herself as a black woman. But then we did some motherfucking homework and we found out she's a red dot Indian. She ain't no goddamn black woman. Let me tell you something. She was out there in LA, in California, locking niggas smooth the fuck up. That's what she was doing. Let me show you why she's evil. She's an evil Jezebel. Not because she's a woman, it's because she's a bad person. Let me tell you something. It was a woman out there, single black mother with a child. She about 10 years old with cerebral palsy. And we all know what cerebral palsy does to children. It makes them sick. It puts them in the bed. Well, the law out there, if your child don't go to school, she's able to sign a warrant and pick your ass to fuck up. So what did it do? The lady got an excuse from the doctor. She sent it to the court. She sent it to Kamala Harris. And you know what Kamala Harris did? She sent 3 officers to her house to lock this woman up. Then, if that wasn't good enough, A brother was in court being convicted of murder when they knew they had no fucking evidence. And he said he looked over at her and she was over there smiling. She said at her press conference, I got a pen that can change people's lives. Well, from what I've been looking at, you've been locking niggas up for like 4 or 5 years and you let white collar crime pass right by. So don't tell me about fucking race. Don't tell me about who you don't give a damn about. You was locking niggas up. Let me tell you something. This is what she did. She got around her pen. You keep talking about she a black woman in HBU school. I see plenty of white folks go to HBU school. They don't make them black. They make them white in an HBU school. That's what it does. Let me show you what she did. She got with people, certain people. Her friends introduced her to Montel. You know Montel had the biggest fucking show on TV. But then she wheezed her ass with him. And then when he got through, she gave her to Sweet, let me get some of that booty brown. That's who she went to next. And what did he do? He gave her money to fund her campaign. Then she became the fucking DA out there in California, Oakland, California. See, I ain't got to tell you. Them niggas out there tell you as soon as they get out of jail because they got locked up on misdemeanor charges. And you know what she did? Made them stay in there extra 2 years to get free labor out of them. This is who she is. And everybody, I want my sisters. Don't let nobody tell you somebody trying to take your rights. Nobody's trying to take your rights. Women have came a long way in this country. They are CEOs. They are business women. They teachers, they congressmen, they fucking goddamn, they all kinds of things. They boxers, they goddamn race car drivers. Nobody took a woman's right. A woman don't 10 years, light years ahead of time. You ain't got to go down to the goddamn lake where they rock at to wash clothes no more. They sell a fucking wash and dryers at Sears. You can go right there. That's where you can go. This is what I'm talking about. She got there to the White House because she did what she thought what she needed to get there. And you sit there and you tell me that we trying to take women's right. Women is the backbone of this fucking country, especially black women. And for you to sit there and say that Donald Trump is a fucking racist, well, let's just check that the fuck out. When Jesse Jackson ran for president in the 80s, guess who funded his fucking campaign? Donald fucking Trump. When Jack Johnson was accused of rape, when they knew that that was Jack Johnson's fucking wife, who took that off Jack Johnson? Donald Trump. Nobody. And we had all these fucking sitting presidents, including Obama, with his funky ass. He didn't take it off Jack Johnson. How about Clinton? Clinton wasn't going to take it off there because he was running around there chasing skirts. So don't give me that bullshit. Women don't came a long way. I don't got to a point in my life, I don't argue with my wife no more. Because the last time I argued with her, she rode me around for 2 hours. We end up in the parking lot of Brown Funeral Home Ride House. What the fuck you trying to do? Kill me? This is what I'm talking about. Let me tell you something. Women don't came a long way in this world. Nobody's trying to take a woman's rights. Now you talking about abortion. Well, we're talking about molest and all this stuff that a woman goes through, sexual assault and stuff like that. I get that. But now you don't went too motherfucking far. You saying now the baby can be moving around, eyes open, and everything can breathe and can eat and everything, and you talking about getting rid of the child. So now this is what you're saying, what you're telling me. Well, I don't have this child, but this child gonna slow me up. I don't want to be a mother. Well, then close your goddamn legs. That's what you do. That's how you don't have kids. You close them. This is what you do. But you don't sit there and have a baby and say, no, I don't want this baby at this point. Now, let me tell you something. There are parents out there, women out there that cannot have kids. So those kids that a woman, a female don't want, let another woman that can't have kids get the child and they'll raise them as their own. We don't have to get rid of the child. So you got to understand, when Moses went up on the hill, he had a long talk with God. And he came back down that fucking hill with 10 commandments. And it said, thou shalt not kill. Well, what the fuck you doing? What the fuck you doing? You're killing a live, living baby. That's what you doing. She got in the door because she thought she can do, she did what she thought to do. And I can't blame her. I got to give some doubt. She stayed to it. And now they interview Willie Brown. Good old sweet Willie. And you know what that motherfucker said? She ain't roll around with him in 10 years. And you know what he said? He said, it seems like you still care. Oh, yeah, I'm still in love with her. Man, your goddamn wife is in the room in there. She's in the room in there. You don't care nothing about your wife, man? This is what she did. Quit throwing this, she a black woman up in my face. She ain't no black woman. And then I'm on the phone with a damn feminist. She calling me nigga and doing all this. I said, this is why your motherfucking ass lost. See, you mad because you can't walk your sweet ass through that White House. And now we sitting here. Guess how she started her campaign? Guess what she launched her campaign? RuPaul's drag queen show. This is where you gonna start your campaign? You taking pictures with a 6'7" goddamn big ass dude with a blonde wig, toes dripping all over his shoes, hair shooting out his chin like motherfucking firecrackers. And this is who you gonna start your campaign? Kamala, what are you gonna do about the border? What are you proposed to do? Well, I got fresh ideas. So you're not gonna close the border. Well, no, I'm sitting talking about anything that I got fresh ideas and we're gonna figure out. So that means keep letting people come across the goddamn border. Now let me show you why black folks should be mad. When we got here to the United States, we was brought here against our will on ships, sitting on top of each other, sick, coughing, shitting on one another, and we had no fucking choice. And guess what? When we got here, they didn't give us a motherfucking check. They didn't give us a motherfucking check. I tell you what they did give us. They gave us 3 or 4 jobs, and them motherfuckers weren't paying. I can tell you that right now. But what did the immigrants do? They walked across the border like they're supposed to because immigration was fucked up. And guess what they got? They got a car. They got food stamps. They got a house to live in. They got schooling. They got everything. Guess what? Where the fuck do you think that money come from? Then I find out that FEMA ain't got a dime in it. $461 million gone because you want to give it to immigrants. Now, I tell you this. Alabama turned red last night, and it went for racist white people. We turned red last night because niggas know what's going on when they don't get fucking treated right. How dare you talk to black people like we a piece of shit? How dare you talk to black men like we are not family men and we don't take care of our children? How dare you turn our woman against us? Well, guess what? Guess what? You underestimated our women and you underestimated our men. You don't see Obama to sit out there and chastise me. I'm 50-some years old. God damn it. You don't sit there and do that to me. Our brothers are doing it big out here. Everybody out here ain't shooting people. Everybody out here ain't killing black women. You got some men out here are got them serving their wife every day. My wife was sick as a dog one time and she couldn't do shit. You know what I did? I went out in the middle of the fucking tornado and got that goddamn medicine. I put it in the tub and I bathed her, put warm socks on her, fed her soup, and I took care of my woman. So don't you ever sit here and talk about black men is against black women. That's bullshit. They fed that shit to them. Now, she called herself this and that. But what did you do last night? Those people out there at Howard University stood on their feet for 7 fucking hours. And what did you do? Oh, I ain't got nothing to say. I just talked to them tomorrow. Now, ain't that some fucked up shit? You left them out there like that. And because this is who you are. She had no plan for the border. Reason she didn't win was because of 3 things. The abortion issue. She lost this thing because of fucking the economy. People, everywhere I go, somebody saying, man, I don't know where to get this bread or get these eggs. Man, when people go in a fucking store and they got to make a decision how they going to feed their family, that's a fucking problem. These people just lost their houses in this storm just recently. Some of them they can't even find. And what did she do? What she offered them? $750. But you gave them migrants $5,000 a piece. Who the fuck do you think you are? This is why your punk ass lost. Because black folks is not going to keep on get done a certain way. You black men stood up last night. And before you call me a fucking coon, let me tell you what. You might as well call 50 Cent a coon because he was taking pictures with Donald Trump all goddamn night. This is why you lost, because we got to deal with issues. This election was about one thing. It wasn't about color. It was about fucking policy. She did not present her policy. Every question that she didn't want to answer, she avoided. Then you go get Tim Walz when your dumb ass should have went and got that Jew, and you'd have had a better fucking chance. But you want to know why she didn't get that Jew? Because she can't stand nobody upsides in her. So she got to get somebody that she think is weak under her, just like good old sweet Willie. This is what I'm talking about. I took my ass down to that voting center. I have voted Democratic all my fucking life. And then I look at Philadelphia. Sorry, my Philadelphia brothers and sisters, but the city is a hellhole. I voted Democratic all my life, but then I look at Detroit and I see abandoned houses and crackheads running around everywhere negotiating where they're going to get their next hit from. Then I voted Democratic all my fucking life. And then I seen Baltimore and I seen how fucked up it is for black people. And now you're going to sit here and tell me you care about us? You don't give a fuck about us. And that's why your bitch ass is where you at right now. And that's why Donald Trump came out last night and said, it's time for me to get to work. It's time for me to get to work. So what do we need? We don't send a sheep after a wolf. We send a wolf after a wolf. So what did he tell the leader of Hamas? He said, now look, we're going to leave Afghanistan, but we're going to do it with goddamn dignity and pride. So let me tell you this. If you shoot another Marine, I will kill you. And then he said, hand me that goddamn folder. And he opened it up and he handed him a picture. He said, what are you doing with a picture of my house? He said, he got up and said, you figure that out. Meaning, if you kill another Marine, I will kill you. I'll kill you, your wife, and I'll kill your kids because you fucking with my Marines. And you don't, that's why you send a wolf after a wolf. We don't need nobody to go up there against Putin and Chin and all these motherfuckers. We don't send them up there, a woman, female up there where they can take advantage of her, because that's what she was going to do, get taken advantage of. They put that battery in her back and she performed. You left your people hanging last night. Win, lose, or draw, you stand there and you take your loss like a politician's supposed to take their loss. She ain't the only one that lost last night. It was a bunch of people lost last night, lost their fucking seat last night. So I say this, our children, our women is under attack. Know that. You're going to tell me that you got a vice president that take tampons and put them in boys' bathroom. And this is what happened yesterday. I get to the fucking voting center down at the old folks' home. I had to go past them old folks. And, I walked past them and they were asleep because I walked past them. I'll make a lot of noise and they didn't wake up. Let me tell you something. A black man and a black woman stopped me. She said, let me give you this paper here and you go ahead and vote for Kamala Harris. I said, I'm not voting for Kamala Harris. Why not? Because she got a vice president that believed that tampons supposed to be in boys' bathroom. She said, wait a minute. I understand that, but they don't have to use them. I said, it ain't about them using them. It's about the fucking tampon being in the boys' bathroom. It don't supposed to be there. How about this father that's got a little girl wanted to go to the bathroom, her dad was standing outside the wall, and some big 7-foot ass white dude that didn't have the money to get the surgery, had the money to get the surgery to look like a woman. He looked like some off a fucking horror movie. He followed that child to the bathroom. Why? Because you let him be a woman. And woman's supposed to use the women's bathroom. This is what this motherfucker is thinking. So what he's going to do to this child? We have to protect our children. We have to protect our women. And we have to protect our family that's around us. She lost because she didn't get to the fucking issue. She lost because the goddamn country is suffering out here. People got to decide what the fuck they gonna eat next. When Donald Trump was in office in 2016, man, the shit was booming. I was able to have extra money in my pocket. I was able to give my lady extra money. I was able to take care of a lot of stuff. But when Joe Biden got in there with Kamala Harris, in my pockets, I was so goddamn broke, I can reach in my pocket and feel my fucking thigh. That's how broke I was. And now this country is finna get ran by a person that know how to run this country like a business. It's not a country, this is a business. See, he's this kind of white man where another white man, I'm racist, I'm not gonna deal with no nigga. Well, I ain't that kind of white man. You know why? Because my color is green. So I'm going to do business with him. See, this is what I'm talking about. The black colleges was about to close their goddamn doors. And you know what Donald Trump told them? He said, why y'all keep coming up here asking for money? He said, because we got to come up here. You know, we don't have money to keep our schools open. So you know what Donald Trump did? He signed a bill where they can get lifetime funding, can keep their schools open. I didn't see Joe Biden up there writing them a check. I didn't see Obama up there writing them a check. I didn't see Hillary Clinton writing them a goddamn check. But Donald Trump gave them a check with long-term financing. See, it's about doing business in this country. Can you do business? My black people, I'm an African-American male, and you're not going to sit there and tell me that I'm no good because I didn't vote for Kamala Harris, that I'm stupid and I'm dumb. And then this is what she does. When she can't reach the people outside, she goes inside. And you know where inside at that fucking church. And guess what? That funky, dust-ass preacher that ain't nobody putting that in the collection plate, he will be more than welcome to take the fucking goddamn church building money and give it to Kamala Harris just for her to stand up in there for he can get some notoriety. And guess what? Nigga, she don't care about you. All she care about is getting to where she going. Because half of you niggas, she wouldn't even be caught dead with. She wouldn't be caught getting a fucking picture with. This is what I'm talking about. So I said this to you men on this panel. And I said this, with impurity. And I said it with heart and strength and passion. You keep doing what you're doing. You be that man. You be that husband. You be that father. You be that boyfriend. You be that son. You be that son for your dad and your mother. You continue to be who you are. Don't you ever, and I mean ever, let somebody tell you you ain't worth shit, because you are. You're not out in the street robbing nobody. It's bad people in all cultures. You mean to tell me ain't no motherfucking Mexicans in motherfucking prison? How about some white boys? How about that? See, don't you ever give the fuck up. Don't you ever let nobody tell you you ain't nothing. You are somebody. You somebody's son, you somebody's husband, you somebody's boyfriend, you somebody's father. And you keep it like that. And you keep your shit tight. And you work your ass off, and you make sure you watch your daughter go across that stage. Let me tell you something. I ain't never been so proud in my fucking life when I had my son, and he was just a little baby. And I had to come off my job. I retired, hurt my back. They had to pay me. I changed my son pamper every day. I fed him every day. I gave him his medicine. I did this until my wife come home from work. And then on top of it, I cleaned up the house, ran her bath water, made sure her shoes was put up. I did everything a man and a father should do. That's what I did. Don't you never let nobody tell you you ain't shit. Because the ones that saying ain't shit, they damn self. And these feminists and these goddamn drag queens running around here, they only mad because you finna take that damn rainbow flag down off that wall. Well, guess what? You enjoyed it for the last 8 years. What the fuck you worried about it for now? See? Get over it. You lost. You lost because you thought you were going to switch your sweet ass around here and do what the fuck you wanted to do. This country is a business. It needs to be ran like a business. We need a man that's a fucking wolf to go after a wolf. And that's all the fuck I'm going to say. And I think Kwame, no, I ain't going to say that because I get the name wrong because I don't want KB put the ass on me. KB, I thank KB for being that man. This is why people cling to him, because he's the man. And a lot of people are intimidated by that. He don't take nobody's shit. And let me tell you something. I can sit there, and I'm older than KB, and I can sit there and KB can say, Charles, you can do it this way. And you do it this way now. I don't agree what you did on that right there, but that way now, this is how you can fix it. And I would listen to him. You know why? Because there's nothing wrong with an elder listening to a younger brother. And there's nothing wrong with a younger brother listening to an elder. We have to be men at the end of the day for our families, man. Don't let these people fool you and talk about. And knew what the fuck they talking about this morning? You know, he a racist. He won, motherfucker. Get over it. Get the fuck over it. Now, you might well go and crawl your bitch ass up on a rock and stay there for the next 4 years. You know why? Because J.D. Vance will be the next president until you get your shit straight and start improving these Democratic cities and cleaning them up. And you start cleaning it and taking these drugs off the street and keep these young men from getting their life taken from them over some bullshit. How about get some programs where these young men can go learn how to read? How about get some programs where these young men know how to go fix a car and know how to be an automobile mechanic and learn how to be a businessman? But no, you keep putting sexy, funky Red up there, shaking her funky ass up there. And I want to know what kind of mother she gonna be. Lord have mercy. What kind of woman she gonna be? She had all the fucking stars. Oprah Winfrey, she lost her mentor. She asked Donald Trump, can I have his funeral at Mar-a-Lago? He said, Oprah, that's fine. Just, we'll make the arrangements and everything. And what did she do? She turned tail, pulled her shirt off, and she got a silver streak down her back. And I'm glad you kept that shirt on, because if you'd pulled them socks off, we'd have had a motherfucking problem. I'm going to tell you that right now. And that's all I got to say, KB. I'd like to say thank you to the panel. I'd like to say thank you to these kings on this panel. I'd like to say thank you to my queens, my sisters. Don't ever let nobody tell you that black man don't love you, because they're fucking lying. Don't believe that shit. We got some fucked up niggas, yeah. We sure do. And we got some fucked up sisters. But most of us are good people. And we take care of our wives, and we take care of our girlfriends, and we take care of our fucking children. So don't sit there and let nobody tell you ain't shit. Don't you let you a fucking king, and that goddamn black woman is a fucking queen. And if she carry herself like that, she can get anything she want out of her king. All she got to do is look at him and bat her eye, and that nigga will go out in the middle of a motherfucking hurricane and go get that what she need. Why? Because she that queen. He gonna make that motherfucking sacrifice. And that's all I got to say. And I appreciate you.
Hey, that's the, that 100%. That's the black representative. That was well said.
Hey, I sure like, go ahead.
That was well said. He said it like how it was supposed to be said, because that's exactly how everybody really feel. That he told the truth.
Chill, salute to you, bro. Give the membership. A salute to you, Chill. Now, we always let Charles come up here and barbecue, man. He one of those elders that got to get it out in his way. And boy, he get it out in a funny way too.
Man, god damn.
He definitely was cooking.
Everything. He hit it on the nail. He said everything everybody was thinking, like this transgender stuff and all that. It's like, bro, where are we going? I got a daughter, so I'm heavily invested into this. I'm young, but I'm thinking about this, like, bro, my daughter, she 3, 7 more years, she 10, all this and that. I got to take her to the bathroom. These type of issues are stuff I got to worry about. If a dude is in the bathroom in there, it's going to be problems. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be problems. I'm not, all the other stuff, I'll worry about that later. But I got a daughter, so I gotta really be on point with this. Like, I can't mess this shit up.
Just the fact that it even became an issue that was even worthy of talking about on the presidential stage is just like mind blowing in general. Like I don't think I would have never believed in my whole 42 years of living that this would have even been something to talk about, like, at all, like to even be considering. So that's like, for it to even get that far, like the Democrats just gotta look themselves in the mirror and just really truly take this L. I bet you they start remembering what a woman is now, though.
That's why you gotta beware of that fourth industrial revolution talk. And I implore people, because the brother came on and he jumped in and he jumped off. And I don't know if he thought, he was like throwing something out there jazzy, but I think everybody needs to research that, because you understand what's going on in the greater tapestry of things. What they want to do, there's a reason why they want deletions. Those deletions go to big pharma. Those deletions go to medical research. So it's a big money making industry rotating under all of this. And that's what we got to do. We got to follow the money. The reason I didn't vote for Kamala is because I know her history. I know people that was in the car with her and Willie Brown when they was getting down. And and that's no lie. You know what I'm saying? I know people who was at the coke parties. I know people that know her well. And I know that she lobbies for big tech. They're pushing that fourth industrial revolution, which is something you all should research because there's a type of people behind that. And then you'll understand why they put Kamala in front of us. Research the Brahmin class of Indians, not just red dot Indians, but the Brahmin class. You understand? And you'll find out that there's a connection between them, you know what I'm saying, these elites, the military industrial complex, and they've never been no good for us. You understand? They going to college on our dime, you understand, under DEI, just because they brown people, and then coming out and treating us like some purity, poo poo, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like like beware, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say something to you because we got this FBA argument where people are trying to clash and they trying to divide the black folks that is from Central America and the Caribbean from the Americans. And I want to tell y'all this. We are very aware of the Indians and the Brahmin class. See here, they are like what you would call the overseers here. See there, that didn't happen there, in you all's dynamic. So y'all new to this. Y'all gotta research why they will put these people in front of you, why they are eclipsing you with this class of people, because they're the brown people. When they talking about black and brown and all of that, that's who they talking about. They not talking about y'all. They want to eliminate y'all because y'all are too, what's the word? Y'all are rebels, man. Y'all are rebellious. They can't judge what you gonna do. So they want to put a people in your place that they can guide and manipulate. Study that fourth industrial revolution. It was interesting that it was a brother with a hard Jamaican or West Indian accent talking about that because they're going to try to push that on you a lot now. And that's the reason why we seeing all the madness. You understand? They want us to stop trading, building for self, and they want to put us in these 15-minute cities where we depend on them for everything. The AI, all that. We can't even feed ourselves. We can't even grow a banana tree. We can't grow nothing and feed ourselves to make sure we can maintain. That's independence and sovereignty. Another thing I'm going to tell y'all black folks up there, you're not going to be able to get your 40 acres and a mule up there, never, because they sold it all off. Bill Gates, Big Pharma, you know what I'm saying, multinational corporations, they own all that. They own all the stuff that you want, you know what I'm saying, that's not toxified by like nuclear waste, nuclear waste dumps, all of these things. They own the good things. You understand? They own the fresh stuff because they hunkering down to eliminate y'all, to have y'all clashing with each other, to have y'all clashing with these foreign entities that's coming from down here in Central and South America. It's going to be a lot of deaths, and that's going to call the population, and all they're going to do is come out of their bunkers, celebrate, grow bananas, eat good food, something that you should be doing right now. You don't need them. You don't need their politics. You know what I'm saying? But, some of us is just caught up in that. You know what I'm saying? You need to like really get your connections with the land and figure out how to feed yourself without them, and how to use your trades to maximize the things that you need, building your homes, not just getting a check, but building for yourself. Build your podcast studio, whatever it is, man. Y'all got to do that, man. Like we see it clearly. You understand? Watch them Brahmin class Indians. Y'all need to learn about them. It's deep. They hate you. They call you Dalits. You are the lower class in there, the blackest of the blackens in South Asia and those areas under Hinduism are suppressed and treated like, nothingness, you understand, under these Brahmin classes. Look into her background, study her mother, you understand, and y'all gonna see some real clarities. Don't fall for that fourth industrial complex stuff. They need to have transsexuals because they the $6 million men. You understand? It cost over a transsexual's life. It cost them $6 million to maintain that change. It's never a woman's part. It's a wound. They have to have tools, pharmaceuticals, all types of things to maintain those operations. You understand? And Big Pharma is laughing all the way to the bank, and now you wondering why they put them ahead of you on the bus. It's because they paying. So yo, get y'all money right, collect y'all money, commune, get put it into projects that's going to benefit you on a local level. A lot of blacks don't have the capacity, for these national elections or to even understand these national policies. It's a complex, garbled up, jumbled up mess. You understand? And that's they want to keep you focused in that so you're not out in your spaces walking around the woods, digging, building houses. You know what I'm saying? Your woman would never treat you the way she treats you if you was out in a zone like when Kwame be showing, when he's building and cutting his trees and things like that, man. When you got a good woman and understand where her bread is buttered and what you mean and what your worth is, that's who you roll with. You don't roll with this toxic femininity that's going to spin you into nothingness and arrest your development where y'all can't save no money or do nothing because they want to spend up everything on shit that don't matter. And that's the reality of it, man. You know what I'm saying? Study. I drop notes when I come here. I'm giving y'all things. I could tell you about it, but you ain't gonna believe me. You understand? Go research it for yourself. Research the Brahmin class. Research Kamala Harris' background. Find out who her mother is and her relation to the military industrial complex. Cause she wasn't no poor brown woman struggling to maintain children. Nah, that woman had top security clearances with the DOD in USA and Canada. You understand what? So like this is real. They running game on you. Y'all handled the first level of the mission, but now the crucible begins because they're gonna try to murder Trump. I think we got 3 chambers now, so things may flow fluently, but it's going to be all types of mess and all types of clandestine games that they're going to be aiming to you. You got to get wise enough to not fall for, what I'm saying, these Operation Mockingbird, what I'm saying, Operation Paperclip. Study this stuff, man. The average layperson, especially black, don't understand what it is. And when you understand it, you're going to understand what COINTELPRO is, why they did to you what they wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Why Malcolm X told you that the white liberal was like your worst enemy and we still following him, and all of these pro-black leaders that got a job and got placement on TV channels as news anchors. They go on these go to these places, go to these colleges and then sell the propaganda to you now that they got jobs. When they was marginalized and ostracized, it was all black power fist, independence. But now they telling you to vote, for the same people that's causing your own demise. This is deep. People don't want to get deep. A brother like me, people always, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to get deep. But you gotta get deep. Cause then you understand what it's all about and why they're doing the things that they're doing. Another thing I want to say is traditional gay people, just regular gay people, man, they having splits in the LGBTQ community. They not unified. They having splits because they seeing what's happening with them putting this trans agenda ahead of everything. A lot of them, they was living peaceful, in their closets, out of their closets, not bothering nobody, not trying to enforce no rituals and agendas and curriculums in your schools, just living their life. I served the military many years. You know what I'm saying? It's a slew, gay folks that been, serving the country, doing the right things, and they not with it either. You understand? Another thing that I hate to see is as I travel Central and South America, I'm seeing these I'm a veteran. I'm seeing these LGBTQ flags flying at the embassy over the United States American flag that we bled for, that we died for. I'm sitting eating beans in a war zone, and turn around and I don't see nothing but my partner's legs. You understand? We died for this. You understand? It's a slap in the face. So y'all gotta honor the fact that a lot of veterans came out, you
All right,
know,
well,
against these
we gotta
women.
pass the mic. Let's let Isaiah Rashawn say something real quick. Are you on the panel? You text in the chat. Okay, you must be
Let me.
gone.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
What you feel about how they? I see a lot of the talking points for the Democrats was the abortion, but it just they make it sound like they're that Trump and them is trying to stop abortion, but when I looked at one of the bills that got passed, it was not even to stop abortion. It was just to put a limit on the time that they can get the abortion.
I mean, regardless, man, it was nothing that they was gonna be able to do about it as far as overturning Roe versus Wade. That was a failing issue, and that was really just propaganda. It was propaganda for them to even be pushing that issue in the first place. To be honest with you, that's really where they like that was gonna be something that they was gonna try to promise the people and wasn't gonna ever even able to get it done. You know what I'm saying? It would have been another lie, and they would have been talking about this later on because why didn't Joe Biden try to do something about it? Why didn't they do something about the abortion issue the last 4 years?
But I feel like how is it an issue if they're saying you could get one, just not after a certain time? Like that makes sense. Like the baby already developed, you shouldn't be able to get an abortion.
Well,
But they're not saying you can't get one altogether.
the,
But it
the
seemed like
issue the issue was the time limits allowed. Some places was saying 6 weeks. Some places was allowing it up to
3 months.
9 months or even after the birth or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it was different time limits in different places. But regardless, it's a state issue that they weren't going to be able to do anything about anyway. It's a state issue now, regardless. So the only way that they were going to be able to make this a federal issue is if the Supreme Court decided to allow it to be another Supreme Court issue.
Hold on,
Supreme Court.
your mic.
This somebody else, Mike.
Yeah, let me,
That's me. That's Isaiah. I don't know how to do it, man.
you got to turn your YouTube off in the background. Then I'll let you back up. Just turn your YouTube off in the background.
Hold up.
But regardless, the abortion issue was truly a non-issue, and so the states got to decide the time length of the abortions, what they're going to allow. They got to sort this out. It was nothing that Kamala was going to be able to do, regardless.
Read the paperwork. Read the court ruling. Right. It was nothing that Trump did. It was a reversal of Roe v. Wade. Right. And it was a procedural issue because when they went and revisited, the stories didn't add up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people holler about Roe v. Wade, but they don't know what the original issue was. You understand? It was a white woman who said that brothers R-worded her, and then it came out that that didn't happen. You understand? And she wanted to quote unquote abort the baby, delete the baby. You understand? Because of the situation. You understand? Well, the thing is, they see what's happening with the Democrats is the chickens are coming home to roost. When you found all of your talking points on false narratives, and people go back and start digging them up and start going through court procedures to figure out what's going on, you're going to fail. It had nothing to do with Trump. You understand? So the best thing to do was to kick it back to the states because it failed miserably. It wasn't what it was supposed to be, from the get go. Back in those days, they didn't want to hear it. If a white woman said brothers did A, B, C, and D
When
to her, we're living in a new age now. So now
when do
they
you
kicked
think?
it back in the courts. They combed through it with a fine tooth comb. They realized that it was something that was just an error, and they corrected the error. That's what it was. It didn't have anything to do
When,
with Trump aside from the fact that he appointed justices that was willing to go and look at it and do their research. You understand? The justices before, they just wanted to go with the status quo, but they went back and looked at that, and that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? It
so
has nothing to do with Trump.
so I hear them talk a lot about men, about women rights, everybody talks a lot about women rights or like LGBT rights, transgender rights and stuff like that. Do y'all think they ever gonna start saying stuff about men's rights? Because the more they giving all these other rights, it seems like as a straight man, it makes it
No.
to where we kind of get left out and we kind of get like we lose
Well,
a lot of our
you're
rights
gonna be
giving it to
until you
them.
control
Please, not
something.
the LGBT talk again. We're gonna go down the same rabbit hole over and over
Right.
again, man. Y'all just adding the discussion in a different way. Like,
Can
real,
I say
bro.
something? Can I say something, y'all? I'm
For
ready
sure,
now.
for sure.
Yeah, I was sitting here listening since every time they start. I mean, I've been listening since like 7:30, right? And I was just thinking like, why is y'all talking about all this silly stuff? Because one question I want to ask everybody: did y'all watch the History Channel yesterday when they showed
No.
the history of all the presidents? Nobody watched that.
No.
It was only about 17 hours. Anyway, so first thing I want to say, we all got to know